Chapter 5. Lost Marcus Chen's roar awakened everyone in the classroom. Although they were all scared silly by this sudden turn of events, survival is every creature's instinct.
Those who want to live, follow me.
Daniel was the first to shout, then took the lead, charging out at an extremely fast speed, heading straight for the classroom's back door. They were on the 5th floor. To leave the school, they had to go downstairs first. If they were on the 2nd floor or 1st floor, he would undoubtedly jump out the window without hesitation. But jumping from the 5th floor would be no different from suicide. Daniel's escape had strong motivating power. The others reacted and almost instinctively rushed out of the classroom following him. Jake didn't hesitate either and immediately left. He had a premonition that Marcus Chen probably couldn't hold off that old man for long. The previously weathered floor immediately collapsed when many people stepped on it, and several classmates directly fell through.
William Mia.
Jake was startled and quickly avoided the collapsed area.
I'm fine. Damn it. Which bastard just pushed me? I'm gonna sue them for attempted murder.
William rubbed his butt, sucking in air from the pain. Fortunately, they only fell to the classroom below, about 3 meters high, not enough to kill anyone. But when William turned his head to look at the other person who fell, his eyelid twitched. A person lay on the ground, eyes wide open, blood gurgling from their neck, making choking sounds from their mouth, seemingly not yet dead. Jake saw a blood-stained steel rebar had pierced through her neck. It was Sarah. This was a female classmate with very good grades and quite pretty, who usually had many admirers from outside school. He didn't expect her to have an accident too. With such severe injuries, even calling an ambulance would be too late, not to mention the current situation.
You all get up and leave here quickly, don't waste time.
Jake shouted and couldn't care about others anymore, immediately leaving.
Jake, you don't have to tell me twice to get out of this hellhole, and he's already gone. Dude, you're never getting any downloads from me again, you asshole.
William cursed. At this moment, the group of students was like they'd gone mad, rushing out of the classroom and down the stairs.
Can we leave here safely?
Jake's heart was restless at this moment. The image of that old man in the black robe, body covered in corpse spots, kept lingering in his mind. If the old man was really a ghost, could Marcus Chen handle it? He also said, ghosts cannot be killed. Only ghosts can deal with ghosts. Wait, could Marcus Chen also be a ghost? Instantly, Jake felt his scalp tingle and his whole body chill. Had he just been listening to a ghost lecture? What was happening to this world? But outside the classroom corridor, Marcus Chen was still trying his best to hold off this old man, not letting him use the ghost domain again. Once the ghost domain appeared again, as long as those students were still within the ghost domain, even if they left the classroom, they couldn't possibly leave this place alive. However, this black-robed old man's level of terror had exceeded his imagination. How long he could hold on, he had no idea. Everyone at this moment frantically ran down the stairs like a group of frightened rabbits scattering everywhere. 1 floor, 2 floors, 3 floors, as if the hope of leaving here was right before their eyes. But just as Daniel ran to the corner landing in the middle of the stairs, suddenly a slight buzzing sound rang out. The lights in the stairwell instantly went out, plunging the entire staircase into darkness. This darkness was extremely thick. You couldn't see your hand in front of your face. Even through the windows outside, not a shred of light could be seen. When the lights went out, a female classmate screamed in fright.
Damn it, has Marcus Chen reached his limit? Could the ghost domain have appeared again? What level of ghost is that old man really? Truly terrifying.
Cold sweat appeared on Daniel's face. In the darkness, he didn't dare linger too long, but turned back and roared.
Everyone keep moving, don't stop.
He actually didn't want to save these people, but couldn't let them die within the ghost domain. Otherwise, the ghost domain would become even more terrifying. Continuing down the stairs in the dark was undifficult for them since they were familiar with the environment. But continuing downward, after a while, Daniel's footsteps suddenly stopped. He realized something was wrong. Not just him, Jake behind him also noticed the abnormality. His whole body was tense as he'd already noticed that the stairs he'd walked seemed to have exceeded 5 floors in height, and there were still stairs ahead.
Everyone stop, don't go any further.
When Daniel in front stopped, everyone behind subconsciously stopped too. In this situation, he who seemed mysterious yet relatively calm had become the backbone of this group.
Daniel, what's wrong? Why'd we stop?
A female student asked tremblingly.
If you're not going, fine, but I am. I'm not staying here waiting to die.
A male student continued forward in fear, quickly disappearing into the darkness.
Daniel, man, don't screw with us right now. People are gonna die.
Someone said with a crying voice.
Why the hell should we keep going? From the 5th floor to here? Didn't any of you count how many flights we just ran down?
Daniel cursed loudly.
Dude, we were running for our lives. Who counts stairs?
In a panic, people indeed wouldn't consider so much. Not everyone had a calm mind. At this moment, Jake was silent for a moment before speaking.
Before the lights went out, we'd already reached the 3rd floor and were heading to the 2.5 floor. But when we got there, the lights went out. We should have been able to get out after going down one more floor. But counting from when the lights went out, we've gone down at least 3 floors, maybe 4. In other words, we've already gone underground. But this teaching building has no basement.
Damn, Jay, could you not say terrifying shit like that right now? Seriously, worst timing ever.
Someone replied from the darkness.
So what do we do? Keep going or not?
Maybe we should try a few more floors. Jake might have miscounted.
Just as everyone was discussing, suddenly a faint light appeared in the darkness. A female classmate was trembling as she held up her phone with the light on. Phones still work? Everyone was immediately delighted and quickly took out their phones to turn on the lights. Immediately over a dozen lights came on, but compared to the number of people in the class, it was far too few. Had the others gotten separated? And strangely, these lights weren't as strong as usual, as if pressed back by the surrounding darkness, only able to illuminate less than a meter ahead. Further ahead was that thick, ink-like darkness. This darkness was so oppressive, it was almost suffocating, as if one could get lost in it at any moment.
Keep going forward.
Daniel gritted his teeth. He had no other choice now. This wasn't something individual power could resist. They could only pray that Marcus Chen wasn't dead yet, and could hold off that ghost a bit longer, destroy this ghost domain. Otherwise, everyone would probably be lost in this ghost domain forever, unable to get out for the rest of their lives. They continued down the steps. This time, not just Daniel, many classmates began counting floors. 1 floor, 2 floors, 3 floors. The more they counted, the more panicked they became. When they counted to 5 floors and saw the stairs ahead still hadn't ended, everyone stopped in their tracks. Their hands and feet went cold, terrified expressions appearing on every face. At this moment, some female classmates had collapsed, sitting directly on the ground crying.
We've already gone down 5 floors.
Same here, I counted 5.
Oh shit, we're screwed.
We can't get out.
It's a ghost wall. Has to be a ghost wall.
For a moment, everyone was at a loss. Daniel's face also looked particularly terrible. He didn't dare continue forward. He was very unwilling. Would he die here in confusion like this?
Jake, you little shit. Tell me you're still alive.
Suddenly, he shouted with barely controlled rage.
Daniel, what the hell? I haven't done anything to you. Stop wishing death on me.
Jake's expression went cold. Daniel turned around, shoved through the crowd, and grabbed Jake by the collar.
Since you're not dead yet, then lead the damn way. Someone like you will definitely make it out of here alive. With your talent, there's no way you die in this shithole.
Jake said,
You know way more than I do. If you can't figure it out, what makes you think I can?
You must know something. Are you gonna tell me or not?
Daniel's face twisted with desperation. He was at the end of his rope and could only place his hope in Jake. If this Jake could really grow to that future height, he absolutely couldn't die here. From before until now, he'd been observing this Jake. In just a brief moment, he'd analyzed that knocking ghost's pattern, and when escaping, he'd clearly counted the staircase floors. Without a doubt, this was someone with terrifyingly strong adaptability. Ordinary people suddenly exposed to a ghost domain and malicious ghosts would be scared out of their wits. How could they be this calm? This was a talent. Usually this kind of talent was useless, and even if you had it, you'd never use it in your lifetime. But with the world changing drastically, this talent could increase survival chances. If he could become a ghost tamer, this talent would give him huge advantages when dealing with ghosts.
Daniel, asking me is pointless. This is literally my first time dealing with this too. If I knew a way out, do you think I'd still be standing here? Every second in this place could mean running into that thing. You think I want to die?
Jake shot back. Daniel's heart chilled as he realized that at this moment Jake was still a newcomer who knew nothing. He felt somewhat ridiculous. He was actually seeking help from him at this moment. Was the future Jake's influence on him too great?
Daniel, something's wrong. Look.
Suddenly, a classmate stammered while pointing at the bathroom door. Between the third and second floors of the teaching building was a bathroom.
Wait, went in a circle and we're still between the second and third floor. We're totally screwed now.
No, that's not it. Look behind the door. I think there's someone in there.
The classmate trembled as he raised his phone to shine light over. Everyone immediately backed away in fear. Behind the bathroom door's glass window, a tall human-shaped blurry outline appeared in the light.
Who's in there? Hello?
Someone called out boldly, hoping it was just another classmate in the bathroom. A drawn-out door-opening sound rang out. From the pitch-black bathroom interior, a pale white arm extended out. This arm rested on the door and slowly pushed it open.
It's not human. That's another ghost.
Daniel's pupils suddenly contracted, but then his face twisted into something desperate and vicious.
If you don't know shit, then you can just die for me.
Using all his strength, he grabbed Jake and shoved him hard toward the pitch-black bathroom, planning to use his life to buy time against this newly emerged ghost.